Disclaimer: this video is an imagination written by author's perspective. It has nothing to do with real life. It's only for entertainment purpose. I own the storyline and narration, so please don't copy and repost my work. Thank you. A man with muscular body and his one arm is covered with tattoos entered inside the living room. His sharp aura and angry looks make everyone scared who were present in the living room. He removed his blazer and tie and threw it on the floor, and maids picked his belongings and gave him a glass of water. His whole shirt is covered with. Everyone is looking at him with shocked face, and he noticed that and smirked. Jungkook, don't worry guys, it's not my blood, it's my enemy's blood. Smirk. Just then his manager entered inside and booed. Jungkook, Mr. Chai, now all girls are safe, so send them to their house carefully. His manager, Mr. Chai, nodded. Actually, today he saved so many girls from getting. Actually, his enemies supply innocent and poor girls to another country, and Jungkook saved them from his enemy. Jungkook, biggest mafia of Asia, is known for his merciless behavior for bad peoples, and he is also famous for his good deeds. He helped poor people and saved them. He don't kill innocent people and never trouble them. But still people are scared of him because of his personality. He is so cold and rude, but from inside he is so soft. He is soft and caring for his family, and for outer world he is cold, but he is not cruel. He never do anything wrong with innocent people. He always help others without telling his name to them. Just then a maid come towards him and bowed and said, Maid, sir, Mrs. John is here and she wants to meet you. She said, and Jungkook looked at the time, and it's 10 p.m. Jungkook, at this time? And why she is asking permission to come inside? She's the queen of this house. He said, and then maid call her inside, and Jungkook immediately hugged his mom, and she became shocked when she saw blood on his shirt. Mrs. Sean, Jungkook, what is this? Are you okay? She asked with teary eyes, and Jungkook smiled when he saw care for him in her eyes. Jungkook, don't worry, mom. It's not my blood. I'm perfectly fine. Smile. Mrs. John, but son, giving pain to anyone else is also wrong. They also have family and they also feel pain, she said with tears in her eyes. Jungkook, no mom, they deserve this because they were giving pain to innocent peoples. Then he told her that how he saved those girls today, and now Mrs. Sean is feeling proud. Mrs. Sean, I'm so proud of you, my son, but still your dad don't like this job, she said with sad face, and Jungkook smiled. Jungkook, by the way, how your husband allowed you to meet me? Mrs. John, hey, he's your father, so call him dad. Jungkook, but he don't accept me as his son. Mrs. John, no Jungkook, it's not like that. He's just angry because he don't want to see you as a mafia. Mrs. John, he's your father and he's worried about you. That's why he don't want you to continue this mafia job. Jungkook, but mom, this is my dream. Jungkook, and mom, I'm living my dream. I'm mafia king now, just like my grandfather. Actually, Jungkook's grandfather was also a mafia king, just like him. Jeons belongs to a mafia family. His grandfather and great grandfather all were mafia kings. But Jungkook's father was different and he don't want to continue this mafia thing anymore. That's why he didn't become mafia king and started a business and became very successful businessman And his older son, John Jisuk, also became a businessman just like him. But Jungkook followed his grandfather's path and became a mafia king. So Mr. John was angry with him because he thought that mafias are cruel and this job is very risky. That's why he stopped talking to him and Jungkook left that house and started living in this house because of Mr. John. But Mrs. John come here every weekend to meet him. Jungkook, by the way, mom, why you suddenly come here at this hour? Mrs. John, actually, son, your dad chose a girl for your brother Jisuk. Mrs. John, so tomorrow he gonna tell him about that girl. So he wants everyone to present there. That's why I come here. So tomorrow I can take you with me. Mrs. John, it's very important decision for our family. So you should be also there for your brother. Jungkook nodded. Jungkook, sure mom, I'll come. She smiled and kissed his forehead. Mrs. John, okay son, now go and take rest. You must be tired, right? I am also going in guest room to take rest. Good night. Jungkook, good night mom. They both smiled and hugged each other and then they both went towards their room to sleep. Jungkook come inside his bedroom and change his clothes and take shower. Then he decided to do some work. So he opened his laptop and he saw your photo on the home screen. He started smiling automatically after looking at your photo. He is your one-sided lover. He loves you a lot and he is obsessed with you. He is you from last 6 months. He fall in love with you in first sight and he tried to ignore his feelings. But as time passed, his love increased and it became impossible for him to ignore his feelings. Flashback 6 months ago. Jungkook is sitting in the hospital room and his arms is his whole body is covered with so many wounds and a doctor is treating him but he is not doing it properly. When he was cutting the bandage, that scissor touched his wound and he yelled in pain and slapped him tightly. Jungkook, can't you see properly? It's hurting. He started shouting on him and then his men called another doctor to treat him because he gave him so much pain. Just then you entered inside with scared face. Your long hairs, innocent face, big two eyes, and beautiful face make him fall in love with you. You are looking an angel in his eyes, but then he ignored it and became cold again. Then you started treating him and he became lost in your eyes. He didn't feel any kind of pain and you treat his wound. Fine, take care of yourself. You sat and left from there and then he ordered his men to find everything about you and this is how he fall in love with you. End of flashback. Then he sleep peacefully while thinking about you and your thoughts always make him crazy and whenever he saw you his heart started beating so fast. Next morning, Jungkook and his mom both were eating breakfast and Mrs. Sean is looking so excited. Jungkook, mom, you are looking so excited. Smile. Mrs. Sean, of course I'm so excited. Mrs. Sean, your dad told me that she's perfect for our Jisuk and she is so innocent and good girl. I really wants to meet her. But your dad said that first we should show him her photo. Mrs. John, after showing her photo to Jisuk, will meet her. She is the first choice of your father for Jisuk. She smiled and Jungkook is also feeling happy. After having their breakfast, they both decided to left for their house because they are already getting late. Time skip. They both reached at home and saw Jisuk and Mr. John. Jungkook went towards them and hugged Jisuk tightly. Jisuk, how are you, brother? Smile. Jungkook, I'm fine. By the way, congratulations. He said, and Jisuk became confused. Jisuk, congratulations for what? Confused. Mr. Jeon, because I choose a girl for you, my son. Mr. Jeon said, and Jisuk's eyes became widened. Jisuk, what? But you didn't even ask me, Dad, about this. Mr. Jeon, because I know that you'll listen to me. Mr. John, you are not like others who don't listen to their father. He said, and he is giving taunt to Jungkook, but Jungkook ignored it. Mr. John, I know her Jisuk, and she's perfect. I'm sure you'll also like her. She's a doctor, and she's so responsible girl. I really like her, and she's the best. Smile. Jisuk, but Dad, I guess I'm not ready for marriage right now. Mr. John, but son, at least see her photo. I'm sure you'll like her. He said, and then take out your photograph and give him your photo. Mr. John, see. Just then Mrs. John and Jungkook also go towards him. Jungkook take that photo and saw, and his eyes became widened. He is completely shocked. Jungkook, Ryan? To be continued. Thanks for watching.